What are tariffs and how do they work? Welcome to Insight Wire News. Today we're unpacking the topic of tariffs, focusing on Trump's proposed 10% tariff on all foreign imports. Are tariffs inflationary? How do they impact American consumers and the economy? Let's dive in and explore these pressing questions with insights from key experts and examples to simplify this complex issue. Stick around and share your thoughts in the comments below. A tariff is essentially a tax on goods imported from other countries. For instance, if a Toyota Camry costs $30,000 and a 10% tariff is applied, an additional $3,000 tax is added when the car enters the US. This makes foreign goods more expensive, encouraging consumers to buy American-made products. Additionally, tariffs can incentivize foreign companies to manufacture within the US, boosting domestic job creation. Proponents of tariffs like former President Trump argue that tariffs promote domestic production, create jobs, and generate tax revenue for the government. For example, a 25% tariff on foreign pickup trucks led Toyota to manufacture them in America, illustrating how tariffs can redirect labor back to the US. Critics highlight the inflationary impact of tariffs. Higher costs for imported goods are often passed on to consumers. For example, clothing, 97% of which is imported, would become pricier under a tariff. Low production costs overseas due to cheaper labor and lenient regulations make it difficult for American manufacturers to compete, leading to increased prices for everyday items like clothing and electronics. Tariffs can also affect food prices, making groceries more expensive. Small businesses may struggle to absorb these costs, potentially leading to closures or layoffs. Ultimately, tariffs can reduce consumer spending power, impacting the overall economy. A universal 10% tariff could generate approximately $400 billion annually for the US government, but it's far from sufficient to fund federal expenditures. Additionally, the cost of living would rise for Americans, especially in sectors heavily reliant on imports. While some suggest foreign countries bear the cost, the reality is different. Importers like Walmart pay tariffs and pass the additional costs to consumers. For instance, a vacuum imported from China may see a price increase to maintain the retailer's profit margin. Ultimately, it's the consumers who end up paying more for everyday items. This price hike can affect household budgets and overall spending habits. Trump has championed tariffs as a way to protect American jobs and penalize countries engaging in unfair trade practices. However, questions remain about the feasibility of imposing a universal tariff, given congressional approval requirements and potential legal challenges. Additionally, there are significant risks to Americans. Higher tariffs can lead to increased prices for everyday goods, affecting consumers directly. Small businesses may struggle with higher costs for imported materials, potentially leading to layoffs or closures. Farmers who rely on exporting their products could face retaliatory tariffs from other countries, impacting their livelihoods. The increased costs of goods can strain household budgets, making it harder for families to afford necessities. Industries reliant on imports may face job losses as companies struggle to manage higher expenses. The overall economic impact could be substantial, with potential for reduced economic growth and increased financial strain on American families. The ripple effects of tariffs can touch every aspect of the economy, from consumer spending to business investments, ultimately shaping the financial landscape of the nation. While tariffs can generate tax revenue and encourage domestic production, their inflationary effects and potential to raise living costs are significant drawbacks. Will the benefits outweigh the costs? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Insight Wire News for more updates and analysis.